Hey there, podcast world. I'm the Mister.
And I'm the Mrs.
Welcome to The Naked Truth,
the podcast where we lay it all bare, literally and figuratively.
That's right. We're here to talk about real stuff, the nitty-gritty of life.
And we mean everything, from parenting to relationships, mental and physical growth, recipes, financial stories, and much more.
But here's the twist. We're recording this podcast while laying in the bed, completely nude.
Yep, you heard that right. No scripts, no filters, just us and the naked truth.
But before we dive in, a quick disclaimer. Things might get a bit crude and not safe for work, but hey, it's all in good fun.
So let's grab a seat, or strip down if you dare, and let's get naked.
Holy shit, it's been a while since we've done this. Yeah. So, we're back.
We are back.
There's a lot of shit that's been going on and will continue to go on. This one's going to be probably a little bit longer than normal because there's going to be some, I guess, a little more serious shit.
Somewhat, at the beginning.
Somewhat serious. It's not super serious. Nobody's dying.
That's right.
And then more of a little fun.
Fun at the end.
Yes.
The Mrs. I have created a new segment, and I can't wait to discuss. So hang in there.
And I'm just going to keep being an asshole. A complete asshole.
But we are glad to be back. So welcome back to The Naked Truth.
Yeah. So there's a couple things that we've done. The missus got a wild hair up her ass and decided to clean the bedroom studio and rearrange stuff. So I have now dubbed the bedroom studio the Nudio.
Yes. That is trademarked.
Yes, yeah. This is the Nudio. And I'm sitting in a chair that we were unaware had a name. Would you like to share the name of said chair?
I believe you told me it was the cuck chair?
It is the cuck chair.
The cuck chair.
We have a chair that just sits in a corner of the room and it faces the bed. And I was like, oh, cool, this is a reading chair. But no, apparently not. It's a cuck chair.
It's actually a thing.
Yeah.
So now he's decided to take that and just roll with that.
Right. So I've set up all the recording gear, and I'm sitting in said cuck chair. The missus is laying on the bed. So I have referred to this now as the cuck pit. This is the area of all operations from this point forward.
Somebody make him stop.
I've had a whiskey drink and had an edible before we started this, so we'll see where this goes.
Yes, and in this episode, he will talk a little bit more about some health things that have been going on, and now how we see the edibles work a little quicker with some of his new health
I have a lot of new chemicals in my system. And it's kind of fun. But anyway, we have not had anybody really enter our giveaway. So I'm going to start.
What the hell?
With the giveaway. It's easy. All you have to do is DM us or send us an email with a sexy summer suggestion, bucket list idea, question, story, just anything. Fuck it. Send me an email that just says, hey, I want to enter.
And guess what? You're going to be entered.
And I'll put you in there. And I may just start looking through the Instagram and just randomly picking followers and say, hey, you're randomly chosen as a winner. There's like 5 of you motherfuckers that can bring something home. And I mean motherfucker in the most affectionate way possible.
Oh my. Okay, so yes, so a reminder on that. We'll remind you again towards the end of the episode, just in case you forget. Because I don't know how long this episode's going to be. We'll see.
Yeah, right now we're only 5 minutes in, so.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you introduce this little segment.
Okay, so I guess we can go way back, and I think we even mentioned it on our first Parksland episode, how I had been in just a shit-tastic mood after an injury and everything. So yeah, I had injured myself in the last part or end part of last year, beginning of this year, and first the physical injury part was really stupid and sucked and annoyed me, and that was the issue. And then I guess I kind of started having like almost depressive symptoms, I would say, but I wasn't really sad at the first part. It was just kind of, I lost a lot of motivation to do anything and whatever, and I just kind of attributed it to being in pain consistently for 6-8 weeks without knowing what was going on. And but yeah, I ended up kind of getting through the pain part, but then the mental end of it never really let up, I guess. Like, I stayed kind of in a weird funk, like I lost the motivation to go to the gym. I mean, I went through the motions every day, I guess. I don't know. What did you see from that part?
Well, like you said, we thought kind of initially it was attached to the physical injury. But once that kind of started to improve somewhat, the mental part really didn't. So personality wise, not your normal fun, sarcastic,
I'm a bundle of joy is what she's saying.
Yeah. But more just withdrawn, just like you said, kind of going through the motions and just kind of doing the day to day and not really getting much out of life in general.
Right. Yeah. That was.
I mean, he didn't turn into a complete dick. I wouldn't say that.
I just wasn't having fun.
He was just there. There.
I was still trying to, make the missus and thing one and thing two laugh and whatever, like my usual.
But definitely on the tension side, on the, I guess I would say stress side, you were definitely you were living on the edge.
Oh yeah, no, it was bad. Like a small thing would kind of send me spiraling. But yeah, I guess kind of going from there, like with that first part, I went to a doctor about the initial injury, and before even kind of checking out, she dismissed it and just told me it was something different, which I kind of knew wasn't right. And then I was listening to a couple podcasts and stuff, and there was one from the Mind Pump podcast, and they kept talking about functional doctors, and they were kind of describing some symptoms and stuff, and I was like, oh shit, I need to go have a deep blood panel ran, like full blood panel, and look at this other than a traditional family doctor, from a different angle. And so I messed around, and it took a long time to actually find one local.
It did.
And then
I was going to say, you actually talked about it for quite some time.
Yeah.
And then for him to go out and seek out a doctor was definitely out of his normal, because he is really like, I don't go to the doctor unless I'm dying kind of thing. So at this point, I knew that for him to be reaching out looking, that there was definitely a lot of the mental aspect that maybe I wasn't even seeing or didn't recognize at first. So it did take you quite a while to even find one local that we could access.
Right. Well, and you talking about stuff that you didn't see. Yes, I do have a dark sense of humor, kind of a dark personality. I like scary things. I like monsters and horror movies and serial killers and
Bigfoot.
And
all of the things.
That kind of stuff. But I'm not really a dark person.
Right.
I'm not like a bundle of fucking sunshine or anything, but I'm not a doom and gloom personality. But I was.
Yeah.
I was. There was some dark moments, some spirals in that. But yeah, so I decided to stick it out and go have a full panel ran. And so we did that, and then we just kind of, waited 3, 4, 5 days for the results to come back. And then, no, that was a weird holiday thing, and it took like 2 weeks to get the lab results back that first time. So it was like 2 weeks of me just being like, what the fuck is going on? What is going on? And
just waiting.
Right. And then, so the first thing that kind of came back was I was diagnosed with hemochromatosis, which is just essentially high iron. I am the complete fucking opposite of an anemic. My body wouldn't break down the iron that I was consuming. And that can cause a couple like depressive symptoms and stuff too. So I was like, oh shit, here's this thing. And so from there,
but really on top of that, even. Right.
This is kind of leading into the next part. Yeah. So with that too, we ran, and I had my testosterone was in the basement. For a male my age, should typically low end be 300, and average is 300 to 600. I hit, I think the first time was a 188, but we couldn't start any of that medication till I got the iron under control.
So that was
another stress,
a setback, because then again, the depressive and the spirals and
like knowing how bad I was feeling compared to what I should be feeling.
Yeah.
Played a lot on the mental end of it too.
And I remember you going back to, the hemochromatosis, in case you don't know, is a condition where body absorbs too much iron in the food that you eat primarily. Mm-hmm. So, over time, it can cause very serious damage over time to your body. And so they had to get that under control. So that was a bit of okay, we got to fix this first until we could even discuss the low testosterone.
Trying to supplement, do something with that.
And then I know you were kind of bummed because over the past year or so, I know we had mentioned that we kind of went on this more healthy journey.
Yes.
Physical fitness, putting it as a priority. And so we had really done a lot more healthy eating.
Right.
Which we did not know. Some of those foods had probably led to some of the high irons.
Right. Because, I was eating... one of those fucking bags of spinach, like, personally, I was going through one, like, every 2 days. So
yeah.
That,
like, sprinkle a little spinach and everything.
Just, kind of as a filler. And then, I'm a big guy. I'm eating 220, 230 grams of protein a day. And, honestly, beef is a really good way for me to get it, like ground beef. So
yeah, so we were eating a lot of different recipes with beef in it,
right?
Multiple times a week, and come to find out that the beef and the spinach and
together,
pretty much anything green
had
was having negative effects on his iron levels. So once again, now this part would have really sent me into the biggest spiral of them all when his doctor notified him
that my diet pretty much consisted. So the first one was it 6 weeks?
Yeah, 6 weeks.
It was 6 weeks. I could have eggs, white rice, white potatoes, chicken, and white fish.
That's it.
That was it.
That is it. And I was like, sorry, sir, but I'm not on this journey with you anymore. I am going to continue to eat green stuff because this is crazy.
I'm kind of fortunate with the, I don't know what you would call it. I would say tenacity, but it's more just stupidity. That if I get told, hey, if you told me, hey, all you can eat is just canned tuna, I can make myself survive on it and just shut off the part of my brain that's like the pleasure receptor for that and just be like, okay, it's fuel and go on. So the diet part,
no idea how to do that, by the way. None.
So, really the dietary part wasn't too bad on me, except for, like, I could, like, look over and see you guys eating a hamburger, and I'd just be like, oh, God damn it. I would just Chris Benoit the whole family for... I'm kidding. I would not Chris Benoit the family. But I would, like, DDT the dog or something for a bite of the burger. But, other than that, like, it wasn't too bad for me. Except for, eventually you just kind of look at it and go, fuck, it's another piece of chicken.
More chicken.
I've killed so many chickens. But yeah, so we did that, and I went through the first 6 weeks of it, and and I gave blood several times in between there.
Oh yeah, because that's another thing. To get rid of this,
it was every 2 weeks I went.
Iron-filled blood.
Yeah.
You just have to
just basically take it out and throw it away.
Take it out and throw it away by the bagful.
Yeah. So like once every 2 weeks, because I don't really eat sugars or anything like that, and I really couldn't with the dietary stuff. I would go give like a pint of blood and feel like shit for 48 hours afterwards because I was living on water, chicken, and rice.
Yeah, so that definitely improved his mental health.
Yep.
I'm
so that was
saying
fun.
that very sarcastically. So that was hard being on this end because we've always joked. I've had a plethora of health concerns throughout the years that we've been married. So we've always joked that
I've been healthy like a horse.
Sickness and health, I was the sickness and he was always the health. So on my side, to see him kind of going through this, it was tough not being able to know what to do first off, and then also just how to support and get him through this time. And we didn't know at that time if it was going to be, hey, this is the new lifestyle,
Right,
and this is the diet that you're going to have to stick on. And when, that was still pending of when we could actually address the low T concerns.
right. And then, so from that, and then after that 6 weeks, you guys were on a trip. That was when I recorded my solo episode that none of y'all fuckers listened to, and I don't blame you because it was real shitty, but I was just trying to fill up some space. But anyway, yeah, they were on that trip. And I had to go and have the follow-up blood work done. Because, my iron level was 178, and they consider 150 high on it, and they wanted to get me down, in the 150s. But, yeah, so I started off with initial, 178, 179, went back, had the blood work done, had to wait, because that was a holiday weekend, too.
Yep.
So I had to wait, an extra day or two to get the results back. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm just going to eat eggs the whole time this is going, that's it. So they called back, and my iron dropped 1 fucking point.
1 point.
1 point.
Which was very discouraging news.
Yeah, that was probably one of the darkest ones because I had that whole oh my God, I have lost 50 pounds, 60 pounds, something like that. I'm in the best shape I have probably ever been in. Really watching my food intake. I cut all processed food out other than protein shakes and energy drinks. And then I got
hit with something out of the blue like this.
Yeah.
It was just like a slap in the face.
my health actually got worse as I took care of myself better.
Yeah, which was very bizarre. But, you go back and forth on if I never knew, yes, it wouldn't be affecting me now, but how much longer could you have went on with like that?
Right. Actually, I could have went into kidney issues later because of
detrimental effects. So,
and the thing on this is too, I know a lot of people are like, well, I go to a regular primary doctor and they do my blood work and they look at your iron number, but they only look at the low end.
They only look to see if you're iron deficient, which again, after this, we kind of looked into more. He looked into, because he is the researcher, and he shared with me that is all the primary doctors will check for, is because there are so many people who are iron deficient that's the only thing they run the test for. They don't see that you have too much. That's not a consideration in your normal blood work panels. So.
Right, and then the hemochromatosis, just one of the effects of it that I read about that was really crazy about how kind of ignored this whole situation is there's a condition they call iron fist, and it gets confused with rheumatoid arthritis a lot and misdiagnoses that. And what it is there's more people that have this hemochromatosis thing than what's really known because most people don't
go the extra step. To see a functional.
Yeah, so this is kind of an advertisement for checking into like functional medicine. And I mean, and it's not like it's a different alternative to standard medicine. It is just I don't really know how to explain it. I guess
looking at the yourself and your levels
and how everything lines up together, and then what needs to be done to optimize it. It's almost like a longevity medicine more so than a preventative medicine. But like I said, it is real medicine because they slapped my ass on Wellbutrin, and yeah, that was a thing too. That's been fun. This shit's magical. Like, I don't know. You could like set my shoes on fire while I'm wearing them. I'd be like, yeah, you know what? That's okay. I can get more shoes.
That's fine. I was tired of those shoes.
I needed new shoes any fucking way, and my feet were a little cold. But yeah, so there was that. But we did like another month, I think, after that.
It was another month, maybe another 4 weeks.
Yeah. Went and I did another one of the blood drains, and then went and had it done, or had the follow-up labs once again done. So I'm pretty sure I have no original blood from when I started at the first of the year left in my body.
No. That has definitely been regenerated.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, we went back, and then everything was good on that. So mine really was dietary. I mean, there can be like environmental and other issues that can cause it, but mine apparently was dietary from trying to consume all the fucking protein.
All the beef.
And then, like, yeah. I mean, and then try to eat, I'm around 3,400 calories. Load on there, it's a lot. It's a lot of food. And then when all it could be was chicken or beef, that was a lot.
So now we're back to he can have those things that he was without for quite some time while they were doing all the monitoring, but just doing them at a much smaller scale.
Right. Need to be more moderate. Which is cool because, I mean, that makes me really like appreciate the good steak, or
gets really excited about a hamburger now.
Right. Like, or when I decide to have my fuck you, I'm going to eat like an asshole cheat meal. It's like, oh yeah, dude. Double like hamburger. Yeah. Cheese and just shit all over it. Yes. So
once we kind of got through that, then I think at that point you were also starting to talk with, because of the kind of the depressive symptoms that you were experiencing, kind of exploring that, like you said, the Wellbutrin side of it,
right? To
start to deal with some of those mental health type issues that you're having.
And I'm gonna say the first 2 or 3 days I was real iffy if I was gonna keep taking it. I was one of the few that gets those really awesome Wellbutrin migraines.
Like migraines, like I've never seen him have migraine like that, and it would hit like so fast,
and it would hit hard,
and it would knock his ass out.
Like all I could do is just like lean over with like my hands around the back of my head and my elbows on my knees and just bounce my feet. That's like the only thing I could do to even remotely deal with felt like my head was like in a C-clamp, just being just smashed. I felt like Oberyn when the mountain got a hold of him.
Ooh, yeah, Game of Thrones reference. By the way, he's finally got me on Game of Thrones, only 10 years after the fact, but, and I am just flying through episodes this summer, and it is amazing, and I'm hooked. But yeah, so if we throw out some of those references, that's why.
It's because I drink and I know things.
So the Wellbutrin, though, I will say, like he said, very iffy at first, and he is not a daily medicine taker.
I hate it.
Like I said, I have been for years, for all the years he's known me, because I do have some, just chronic health conditions that I have to take daily medicine. But he I mean, the whole thing is new to him. Like,
Right.
How prescriptions work. How, like,
Oh, it's a
the whole-
nightmare. It is a fucking nightmare.
I'm like, hello, welcome to my world.
I've been to the doctor more in the past year than I have probably in the past 15 years.
15
put
years,
together.
easy. Yeah, definitely.
Like, I mean, I didn't even start the annual checkup till 40.
Until I made him, by the way. Until I made him.
And then I didn't show up to the second one. That was after she pissed me off about the injury.
Not me. Not
No, not you.
The doctor.
The doctor.
Yeah. So the Wellbutrin, though, I will say, from what I've seen on my end, it has. Oh, wow! It's done a lot. It's done a lot, and he's not like running around just fucking laughing all the time or anything. But things he finds more interesting now that he used to. I
mean, I do feel more like I used to.
Yeah.
Like,
definitely taking that edge off for sure. Not snapping on randomness.
yeah, I'm not threatening to knock an old guy's dentures out in the Lowe's parking lot.
Getting into it with just people in the public.
I told you I was an asshole.
But and I think just overall, like, just enjoying life more.
Yeah, so. I mean, it is. I'm going to say it's not like completely back to where I feel like I used to stay at cruise control.
Yeah.
I feel like this has kind of been going on longer than I realized it was too. Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, because I kind of think back a little bit more. I mean, not like before kids, but just like when kids were little, real little and stuff like that. Like how just fun everything was. Mm-hmm. Everything was an adventure, and then I don't remember when
it stopped.
When that stopped.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time, but like I can't remember just like thinking back. I can't remember the last day that was just like, oh, look at these kids learning and moving and going. Like there was other times like, yep, they're kids. Yep. I love them, but
here they are.
Yep.
and where like the overwhelmingness of doing things with the kids and planning things,
yes,
and that kind of thing of, just
it was almost like I feel like I'm a very involved husband and father.
Yes.
I really try to do that. But yeah, like things like that got just so overwhelming to me. Like it was almost like I'd just look to you and be like, all right, just leave me out of this.
Just y'all go have a good time.
Tell me where to be and okay.
Yeah.
But like other than that, I don't want to know shit for shit. Where and what time. But I mean now it's a little bit like generally kind of look forward to things now.
Yeah.
Like it was tonight, I really should have went to the gym, but we had an opportunity to do this, and I was like, fuck it, I'm more excited just to hang out here and not do anything. Like,
exactly.
Yay.
And both children are at this point getting tired of being at home for the summer.
Yeah.
So we are randomly pawning them out to different people as they kind of, get just completely bored here, which is fine.
Hey,
which is fine.
Fuck them kids. Okay.
So yeah, but also there's plenty of good side effects, but good side effects that was a little bit more unknown to us was how these gummies were going to hit, or like just a drink would hit.
Yeah, it's great. It's like it
Wellbutrin.
doubles everything.
It is like, wow. I mean, yeah.
And it's always a good place.
Yeah.
Like,
he's definitely a cheap drunk now.
Yeah.
For sure. And the gummies, I think, just kind of, I don't know, go into overdrive.
Yeah, and have it like in a very good way.
In a good way. Yeah,
So,
which could save us money on both ends, really.
I don't know. It may just make it start happening more regular. It may turn me to a fucking addict. But yeah, I mean, so that's a thing, but it is what it is. And also, I'm about a month into testosterone treatment.
Yeah.
Too,
So finally, after the hemochromatosis got okay to, all right, let's just, kind of keep a check on it and kind of going back to normal, starting the Wellbutrin. Then.
Yeah, we got to, they put me on clomiphene twice a week, and then we're doing a topical testosterone right now to kind of see how that reacts with everything. And it's just a daily cream that's like 4 little clicks out of a deodorant dispenser, and I rub it on my upper arms and let it dry for 5 minutes, and then off to the races. But yeah, already a month into it, I feel better. But it's kind of hard to say, is it the Wellbutrin, or is it getting the hormones back, or is it a combination of both?
Yeah.
But it does seem like it improves a little bit every day, though. Mm-hmm. I do feel like I have way more energy this week than I did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like a lot of I still don't sleep for shit.
We still got to work on the sleeping. The insomnia is ridiculous, but
it's my brain. I don't know how to turn it off.
We got to figure out how to turn that off. So if any of you lovely listeners have any suggestions, go ahead and send those our way, because
obviously a nightcap's not it. This makes me want to fucking party.
It's not a nightcap. It's not a gummy. It's not melatonin.
No.
He's tried the melatonin, can't do it. So I'm like, I don't know what's left at this point. So instead, I'm off for the summer because I'm in the education system. So I just continue to stay up, and actually I've been beating him a couple nights, when we start the Game of Thrones.
I've been giving it the college try.
We've been having Game of Thrones. What is it called when you watch a bunch in a row? It's leaving me.
Marathon.
Yeah.
Binge.
Yeah, binge watching. That's the word. Yeah. So, when we continue to binge watch every night, then, yeah. So, anyways.
Hodl.
Yeah, so I have seen definitely increase in energy level, mood overall, and then, the obvious libido. Yes.
I've always been a horny bastard, though.
Yeah, but wow, it's really turned up a notch. It's turned up quite a bit.
No.
It has.
No,
don't let him fool you. Yeah. So.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I would say it has for sure.
You like it.
We will see kind of where
she doesn't like it.
Go from here. Yeah. So, we have been on a roller coaster here lately, and it's been a lot of ups and downs, but seem to be on the right path now, hopefully.
Yeah. I go back in another month, because we're going to do 6 weeks of looks at this gel for a little bit and see what it does, and then we'll kind of go from there. And we, real quick to say, we started with the gel because kind of once you start the injections, your natural production stops completely. But the gel is almost more of a supplementation. From what I understand, I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm just a dude that had low testosterone. And apparently some kind of weird depression bullshit.
That was most likely due to the low testosterone. And
right.
yeah. So
mental health is a thing, but I didn't think it was for me.
He did not, but here we are. So I'm kind of glad to not be the only sickness here in this relationship, honestly. But yeah, so I am actually looking forward to seeing the functional medicine myself.
Yes.
So we'll probably be doing a future episode on my female hormones. And
yeah, I would kind of like to make this like a little ongoing theme because, I mean, okay, so there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to have this and
have the low T. Yeah,
and
like
just going to be told, like, from a general or primary care doctor, you're just in your 40s. This is natural. No, it's fucking not. It's not.
No, it's not.
But yeah, so I mean, I would tell anybody, even if you go to your general doctor, just be like, I want a complete panel.
Yeah.
Test everything. And good God, there's a lot of shit on that paperwork.
So I'm really looking forward to it, just to see kind of where I'm at, because I have some mental health here and there things going on, and also definitely the low energy level and low libido and things like that come after menopause, because just kind of my personal journey, I have none of the old parts are there anymore.
She's a eunuch.
So not to make light of that, but you know,
a eunuch?
I don't know. Not to make light of not having your parts anymore. That's just how I talk about it. But anyways, when I got my last female part removed, it did set me into menopause quite earlier than expected, obviously. So I've been doing my own hormone roller coaster over the last year or so, and looking forward to seeing the functional doctor to see kind of where we can go from here to hopefully get me where I need to be, and maybe get on the same level as this cheery motherfucker over here.
Now, I will say too, one thing though, like with you prior to this, we were pretty successful with finding some like herbal supplements and stuff like that to help with you too.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
there was a couple, and then so that's kind of awesome. And I did kind of look a little bit into that kind of stuff from my side too, with the testosterone and all that. But I kind of personally felt like I was spiraling down too fast to try to
do that.
Like,
yeah,
I needed a little bit of a rocket booster.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, I feel like now I'm going to start looking more supplementation stuff or dietary stuff to kind of help with it some too.
Yeah. So there will be some future episode time that we'll kind of check back in on where we're at with the testosterone medication, and then where I'm at, and hopefully we will both be in better places mentally and physically by then. But I
kind of wish I could have got the doctor just to give me some Anavar.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a steroid.
What?
It's steroids.
Oh, shut up.
Fucking ripped.
Ridiculous. So anyways,
ripped.
If you're ready to move on to my new segment.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Sure.
Okay, so this is really unscripted, for real. I have just frantically jotted down some notes on how I want to try to work this. So
her page looks like my brain.
We came up with a new thing that we're going to do called Legit
or Bullshit.
So, legit or bullshit. So, what we kind of have in mind is almost going off. I'm a list person. I like the top 10, the top 5, the top, whatever. I'm
just a person.
Yeah, he's just a person. So, I get into those things. So, we kind of think that we will review different type, recommendations on, how to please your man, Cosmo, blah, 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 whatever.
Right.
Or Men's Health Magazine, what the ladies want, that kind of stuff. Or whatever, what's good for parenting, or,
right.
How to keep the flame alive, or whatever, And
whatever. I mean, we're not saying that our answer is going to be the only answer, but we're just going to we're normal fucking people.
We're just going to give our 2 cents on it. And so the first one I kind of want to talk about that I think really helped us get to where we are now where we can be so authentic and open with each other, and really discuss topics, is when we started to use, and this is not a paid advertisement, I'm just saying this is the one we used. I'm sure there's plenty of them out there, but we used a app called Intimately Us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've probably been using that app for what, at least
3 or 4 years, maybe 5.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly.
But I would say we used it more over the past 2 years.
We've had it longer than we've used it.
Yeah. Definitely. But once we started to really look into what all it offered, it was really a good starting point.
Right.
A starting point for open conversations. It also has inside it, kind of built inside it, which is its own separate app, but it has a secure messaging app called Just Between Us. Now, we use that all day, every day.
Yeah, it's a text message, and that's our
because
messenger.
That's our message. We don't have to get the, just all the regular day-to-day crap that would go in a text message, really.
Right.
We don't mix that into our messages as much. We try to keep our conversation going within that app, and
keep it personable.
I really like it because, if you get the urge to send a pic every once in a while or something, it does kind of, you got to double click to see it.
Right.
And then it kind of,
you can't save it, can't screenshot.
Yeah,
it's kind of completely encrypted. And god damn, I love getting them pictures.
So, anyways,
hey, did you know there's a video feature?
I did not.
Yeah.
Maybe more to explore. But anyways, so we like using that. And then, like you said, it has like that extra layer of encryption, and it even has its own little passcode. So even if somebody, thing 1 or thing 2 grabs my phone, which of course they've figured out my password since at this point.
They have to have the password to get into that.
Yeah, they have to have an additional password to get into those messages. So I really like that, to keep our conversations there. We can keep our little sexy, messages, our inside jokes, it's just
in full disclosure, I've never sent a dick pic.
That's true.
I haven't.
That is true. Although he sends me memes sometimes that would insinuate that. Anyways, yeah, we do send a lot of fun stuff, but it is our own private little chat, so I think it's kind of like a special thing that we have going on there. So I would say to that, for sure, that chat part, I would say 100% legit.
It's legit, yeah.
It is a legit, hands down. I would recommend it, and I have recommended it to other people. But just the Intimately Us app that I mentioned before, it has so many things that we've done some research in, and we've looked and discovered and played around and things like that, but it has so many things in it. Just to mention a couple, it has a daily challenge where it will challenge you to do something nice for your partner. It may be like give them a hug a little bit longer than you normally do,
right,
or try to flirt with them throughout the day, or it can be anything.
Some of them can be a little sexier, a little
some
flirtier.
Some of them can be a little spicy. Some of them can be just, hey, cook dinner together tonight and talk about your day, or whatever.
Go for a walk.
And it'll also, you can set it up to where it'll send you a notification different times during the day to remind you, because I have the worst memory ever. I tell him it's like 50 first dates for me, so every day is a new adventure because I don't remember shit from the day before, or 5 minutes before. So a notification coming through to tell me, hey, send a little flirty message to your spouse, like that. I mean, it may sound scheduled for some, but like for me, that's great.
And it's and that kind of stuff like that, just it giving you the practice of doing a little something every day. Even if there's like weeks that we don't mess with the app, we've found ourselves doing, I'll send you a random love you, or
and then it even has, if you're not good at stuff like that, like it even has all these little cute little I don't know what you would call them, the little invite, like little flirty,
Yeah, they call it invites or
flirty
something like
invites
that.
or something, and you can have like there's some more sexy ones, like can I sit on your face tonight or whatever.
There's some pretty corny ones too,
but then there's some really sweet ones too, and some really funny and
right,
whatever. So we've got that, and then they do different challenges throughout the year, which I'm a very competitive person.
Yeah, so that's how I kind of sold her on that app.
When he got this app and kind of got it going with me was the competitiveness, because they do these challenges, and even if we don't ever win anything, which by the way we have one time.
Yeah, I couldn't read the book because it was like weird light gray print on off-white pages.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. We won something.
Yeah, it was still cool.
And we were on the leaderboard, and that's what's important. Okay, so you can like check. They'll do challenges that may be like a week long or a month long or whatever, and you can do different things using their app to get points for the challenges, and then you can like track your progress on the leaderboard and see how you're doing with other people, I guess, that are using the app as well. And so my competitiveness comes in there, and I really enjoy those a lot.
Yeah, and another thing that kind of made it a little easy to approach with you too is it is a faith-based, which is a little bit out of my wheelhouse, but it
doesn't feel...
It's not
dirty, raunchy kind of.
Right.
Like it's not pushing the line for me.
No.
And I like that as well.
Everything's tastefully done.
Yeah.
And it gives you the options too. Like it has nicknames for your private parts, so you can put your own personal ones in there instead of put your hand on his wee wee. Grab that hog.
But speaking of that, it does have different areas in the apps, like where you get to learn more. I mean, I know it's sad to say, but like the anatomy of yourself and your partner, because the generation that we are from, it was just all abstinence. So there wasn't a lot of anatomy, or again, I have a really bad memory, so maybe I learned and maybe I just didn't retain, but just the anatomy that I learned about myself and the mister was super helpful. And then it goes into more techniques, how to do different things. And again, it's tasteful. It's not, I don't feel like it's pushing the edge of just being too raunchy, too much on the kind of, I don't know, porno end. But it has podcasts with specialists, with different sexperts, so you can listen to all different. I mean, whatever you and your partner are going through. Whatever kind of challenges you're facing or whatever, they've got something in this app that we'll talk about it. Some other things I want to mention is it does have those reminders, like I said, throughout the day. You can do daily, weekly, whatever you want to set up to check in, to send your partner a little message or to do something nice for them or whatever. You've got the discovery area of the app. That's kind of what I was talking about, where it was really good for us to get started in that area, because it really takes out, like when you're both kind of trying to discover more and trying to learn more, and you're kind of in that more, I don't know, of an exploration mode, it really takes out the awkwardness of what I think my partner enjoys, what I think my partner wants.
So I'm back. I disappeared. Y'all didn't even know I was gone. I'm like a fucking ninja. I had to pee so bad.
And now he is back in the cockpit, so we're back. But like I was saying, I really think the app in general took out a lot of that guesswork of what the other person's wanting.
Right.
And I mean, I kind of like it because even in like the discovery and the how-to techniques and things like that, if I'm feeling frisky and I'm like, hey, I want to try something new out on you and see if you like it, I feel confident enough to do that. Whereas if I was just doing that on my own, I would kind of feel awkward or timid or kind of more reserved on that end, instead of like just coming out and being like, hey, I read about this new technique. Gonna try it out while we're, watching Game of Thrones tonight.
I think you should do that at least once a week.
Yeah, he is definitely up for the exploration mode at any point. He's given me the okay to explore.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna give. Let me give another little side note for this too. This is just something I like to brag about us on. Not. This is the only time I've ever bragged about it publicly. But I mean, I've talked to you about it. Like her talking about the explore mode. We are very lucky, especially like with us both hitting the growth mindset and kind of, I guess, having our sexual revolution,
our sexual awakening
a couple of years ago. Is we are, I'm going to say, comfortable enough.
Yeah,
that's the best thing I can think of.
I think comfortable and confident.
Yeah, and or and with that too, learning that kind of pushing your boundaries a little bit on what you're comfortable with is really fucking good for you. I've noticed that, but we are, like I said, at a point where we can go, hey, I just want to explore. This is not foreplay or XYZ. Like, I'm actually curious and I want to learn, and I want you to tell me XYZ about, whatever, that we can do that. And if it turns into something sexual and fun, cool. If not, it's like,
that's okay.
Yeah.
It was a learning moment, and sometimes you learn what doesn't work. Or what your partner doesn't enjoy just as much as you learn what they do enjoy. And
sometimes you learn something that you enjoy that you didn't know.
That you didn't even know. You didn't even know. And something that they've added, I say recently, it's probably been quite a while, but they've added into the play section, they have different games that you can play. So anytime that we get a chance and we have a night alone and we're like, you just got that awkwardness of like, well, you both kind of really want to do something, but you don't really know how to get that started.
That needs to be our goal this summer, is we need to learn more about initiation.
Yeah, we do. We need to look into that more. But we grab the app and open up one of the games. And the games are fun. They get you laughing. They get you, having a good time with your partner. But they're also sexual in nature. So, they're enough to just kind of get things rolling. Get the ball rolling, right. I guess you would say. And like you said, I mean, it could lead to something, or it could just be a fun little, 20, 30 minutes of just having fun with your partner.
Right.
That's fine, too.
And the game thing's really awesome for us because I think we both enjoy the adult games.
We do.
We got several, and we may even do, like, some review episodes on those, too.
Yeah. Here's the one I was going to say. That it kind of surprised me when they added this, but I kind of enjoy it as well. We haven't explored it enough, which we should. But they have the position section.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the positions, which, if you can imagine, I don't know, almost looks like a road sign, kind of.
Yeah, they're like kind of stick figurey,
clip arty kind of thing. Different positions, and they'll have like the name of the position, and then they'll just have, like I said, it's not raunchy, it's not, it's just, they'll have a couple of descriptions, like him doing this in this position, whatever, and her doing this, and and then it gives you the option to like check it off after you've done that position.
I'm still trying to get you to do the games on.
What?
Yeah, you'll just have to look it up later.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll have to check that out. But I think that's kind of neat that it has that, and then again, it kind of has. It has all kinds of things to like get to know your partner better. It has different like questionnaire kind of things.
Yeah, there's like the yes, no, maybe list, and it's broke down from like super mild stuff to
more saucy.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've done any of that, and I don't think you've gone all the way through it.
I have not, but
you need to.
I need to. So again, got some conversation starters in there. It's got date ideas. It's
got a lot of resources to other companies and stuff like that, or products and stuff that's pretty cool too.
Yeah. So again, I mean, overall with that app, again, it's called the Intimately Us app. I say legit. I say that I haven't. He's the researcher, so he's probably explored more than I have on the app, but he's kind of showed me different parts of the app, and there's still plenty more that I could look into through that app when I have a little free time, But it is a lot of fun. We've enjoyed it a lot, and it really keeps us. I'm sorry to keep going, but
it's fine.
It keeps us.
You do you, boo boo.
From slipping into like same old, like that gets. I mean, let's be honest, that gets boring when you know exactly what's going to happen every single time for sexy time. So it really kind of shuffles things up, lets you again try new things, and it just kind of I don't know. Just kind of spices things up and really does make you become more intimate with your spouse, which I guess is what it's intended to do, since it's called the Intimately Us app.
I mean, Dan did really, really good with it. Yeah. And also about that, I've had a couple short little email spurts back and forth with him. He seems like a super legit, very nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, I think like he's really into that, or into what he does to help people. Like,
people.
He seems like he legitimately does. Like, I think if it didn't make a penny, he seems like the type of person that would still be doing the same thing.
And I mean, it still amazes me that, like, he talks about it in their podcast and things like that, that they have, I don't know, multiple, like how many?
I can't remember. It's like 4 or 6 kids or something like that.
Something ridiculous. And that him and his wife still have the time set aside that, to be intimate with each other.
They set something aside daily.
Which is like, I would say, a goal of ours,
Yeah.
And I would think most people would be that you want to increase that time of connecting together, and because that's your person you're doing life with.
Right. I'm telling you, if she wasn't there while I was going through this spiral, I don't know that I would be, like, I don't know where I would have went with it. Like, it was bad. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think, like, the mister had told me a while back during our awakening that, our time together, and I think he did get this from some of their podcasts, but our time together is kind of the time that, like, as a kid, that's your time you get to play, right? You get to play, you get to go out at recess and play and figure out things on the playground and things like that. Well, like, time with your spouse, you really should look at it as time that you get to play. You get to enjoy each other. So
right.
It shouldn't be a chore or a task or a duty. It should be enjoyable for both of you. So
right. And I mean, just not, like, I mean, just getting a moment to, like, authentically be with each other, even if it's 5 fucking minutes before we go to bed, completely makes a whole difference in the way I wake up the next morning.
The next day. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, I guess that's kind of where we're going to leave that. I don't know. I really would like to do a legit or bullshit part in each episode, if possible. So we'll kind of see if we get any kind of feedback on that. If there's anything y'all would enjoy us, like, doing as far as coming up on that part of the episode, let us know by reaching out to us.
Yes. And while you reach out to us, you know what else you can do? You can enter the fucking giveaway.
Because we got some pretty sweet prize bags. Like,
I've got a box of shit over here to mail out to people.
We've got box of stuff.
Just, wait, stipulations. Probably should have said this at the beginning. We need continental U.S.
Oh yeah, that
because shipping will be expensive as shit, and 18 and up.
18 and up. Without
Yes,
yeah.
because there is a sexual toy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I will be, because this is going to be my part of the segment or whatever. I'm going to be researching some more things to do, legit or bullshit.
Oh shit! I just got some more free time. Holy fuck!
But as always, he's going to be running the show from the cockpit in the nudio.
I'm Captain Cockpit over here.
So, how you want to wrap this up?
Yeah. So, guys, go have fucking full hormone panel ran. Get your shit checked. If you are deficient and you don't even know it, and you start getting supplementation and getting things back, you're going to feel fucking amazing. 2, download the Intimately Us app. It has nothing to do with us whatsoever. It's just something that I think is beneficial.
Mm-hmm. And worth just looking at, just giving it a shot, you know?
Yeah, there's a free version of it on there. You can upgrade to whatever, which we did, because after I saw the value out of just a few months of it, I was like, yep, this is an app I'm going to pay for. And I don't pay for apps, so that's...
Yeah, and it's not inexpensive.
No, it really wasn't. And I just bought the lifetime on there because I was like, fuck it, it's going to be worth it for us. But yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, you download it, play around with the free features, which, best I remember, were pretty...
it was
a lot.
Good.
It was a lot of it. Like, I'd probably say at least 70% of the app was up for free. You can at least use it for a few days and say, nah, I don't like it, and then delete it. Or don't. It's up to you.
Or use it and
or
fall in love with
fucking
us.
give Dan money and...
I said fall in love with us. I meant fall in love with it. Whichever.
I mean, you can love us, too.
Of course you can fall in love with us, because we're the ones who telling you about it.
We love you.
Okay, it's getting weird. We gotta cut this one. So, until we meet again.
Keep it real. And keep it
Nude?
nude.
Remember, yay!
Yay, everybody clap.